Welcome back to Democracy in Action. I'm Mickey Fainer.
And I'm Robert Bocci. NCC News and Democracy Wise have teamed up to bring you coverage of today's elections.
Several statewide propositions are being voted on today. They include whether New York should allow more casinos. NCC News reporter Brittany Jones talked to voters in Solvay to find out how much they knew about that and other proposition issues.
To tell you the truth, I didn't know as much as I wanted to about it.
This was a common answer from some voters at Solvay Geddes Community Youth Center about proposal number 4 regarding the Adirondack land dispute. Having done little research, several voters came out to vote, unaware of what they were voting for.
I don't have all the time in the world, and I just kind of saw it yesterday, to tell you the truth. The gambling thing I saw in the paper, and I wasn't, interested enough, I hate to say it, to get into it.
Unlike John Anderson, Solvay voter Mike Mecca took the time to become familiar about proposal number 4 before going out to vote. But he still had no idea what it was really all about.
I read a little bit about in the paper. There was a fellow that bought some property and he retired, and he can't, I don't remember.
Poll site manager Joanne Balduzzi says some voters wouldn't understand the ballot proposals apart from Prop 1 regarding casinos.
The problem is we can show them that there are propositions on the back of the ballot, but we don't have time to explain it to them, and it's not our job to explain it anyway. We're election personnel. Our job is to help them through the election, through the voting process, but we can't give them an opinion one way or another, so it's up to them to read the propositions before they come in and try and understand what they're voting for.
There were 6 different propositions for voters to cast their vote on. This is Brittany Jones reporting for Democracy in Action.
As we mentioned earlier, one of the propositions up for vote today would allow for 7 new casinos to be built across New York. Supporters of Prop 1 argue that the proposal would bring jobs to the state and raise tax dollars to schools. It's an issue that many voters, like those we talked to at the Solvay Geddes Community Youth Center, are taking different sides on.
And I don't think the state government needs that steady flow of money from people who could use it to further their households and not gamble it away.
I think that that's not the way to raise money for the state. I think, obviously that it is a good revenue builder, as we've seen with Turning Stone, but I'm not for it anymore.
I believe it's going to enhance revenues, provide some tax relief and enhance revenues for school, for the education purposes.
People gamble no matter what, so let them do it legally. Let them do it legal. They go to Turning Stone.
Now that's what those Solvay voters had to say. If you had a strong feeling about the casino proposition, well, we're sorry to say that you're too late to do anything about it this year. The polls are now closed. Technology has updated the voting system, doing away with the old-style lever voting machines. But some senior citizens aren't a fan of the new system that scans ballot cards. The problem? Some say stems from the 2-sided ballots and the scanner machines that older citizens aren't familiar with. One senior in Marcellus told us, and we're quoting him exactly, "I wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw them."
Recent acts of school violence have caused schools across the state and country to increase security. When voters arrived today at Danforth Middle School in Syracuse, they found the doors were locked. Voters had to ring a buzzer and wait to be let in. The school tried to find a balance between tightened security measures and easy access for voters. Election inspectors said they hoped voters wouldn't mind waiting the extra minute or 2.
That's all for us at this hour for Democracy in Action. I'm Robert Bocci.
And I'm Mickey Fainer. We'll be back later with more updates on Election Day. Follow us on Twitter under the hashtag DIACNY.